There comes a moment in every believer's life when Jesus shifts the conversation. In John chapter 16, Jesus looks at his disciples, men who had walked with him, learned from him, struggled with doubt, and he says something profound. In that day you will ask me nothing. Most assuredly, I say to you, whatever you ask the Father in my name, he will give you. Ask and you will receive, that your joy may be full. This was not a casual statement. This was a transfer of authority. Jesus was teaching them and us that access had changed, that the relationship had matured, that prayer was no longer about begging but about alignment. For many people, prayer feels heavy. They pray with fear. They pray with uncertainty. They pray wondering if God is listening, but Jesus says, ask, not panic, not perform, not prove yourself. Ask, because asking in his name means you are not approaching God as a stranger, but as a child, as someone covered by Christ's authority, as someone standing on covenant, not desperation. Jesus says, until now you have asked nothing in my name. In other words, you've been living below what's available. And that's still true for many today. People settle for survival prayers instead of faith-filled ones. They ask small because they think small. They limit their prayers because they've been limited by past disappointment. But heaven is not limited. When Jesus says, ask and you will receive, he's not promising indulgence. He's promising partnership. Prayer is not about convincing God. It's about agreeing with him. When your request aligns with his will, his character, and his purpose, heaven responds. And notice the reason Jesus gives, that your joy may be full, not partial joy, not borrowed joy, not delayed joy, full joy, because answered prayer produces confidence. Answered prayer builds faith. Answered prayer reminds you that God is involved in your life. Some of you have been praying, but not asking boldly. You've been hoping, but not declaring. You've been wishing, but not trusting. Jesus is calling you higher. Ask with clarity. Ask with faith. Ask with expectation. Not because you're perfect, but because he is faithful. Your prayers matter. Your words matter. Your faith matters. And when you ask in the name of Jesus, heaven listens, heaven responds, and your joy is made full. So today, don't shrink your prayers. Don't silence your faith. Don't stop asking. Ask and receive, because God still answers prayer.